Hi, YouTube friends. So, it's that time again, time of day to cook dinner. What the heck are we gonna make? You know I love a meatball. And because of my lupus, I only can eat like chicken and fish because the red meats are inflammatory, I guess. Inflammatorizing, whatever the word is. Inflammatory? So yeah. And I just love a chicken meatball. I know I could make it into meatloaf, but I don't wanna. It would be easier, wouldn't it? And guess what we're gonna try? Okay, we're gonna try this. Remember the grocery haul a couple days ago? BetterGoods and barbecued flavor macaroni and cheese. And I've never tried it before, but I want to make, instead of making barbecued chicken, like using chicken thighs, instead of using chicken thighs, I thought, why not make a barbecue chicken meatball? I mean, I know I'm not, creating the wheel here or anything like that. I'm sure that it's out there. But all right, I'm going to use a little bit of this, just a smidge, because my husband and I don't like too spicy, but this is good. This, and you grind up chickpeas in like a blender, and then you do this, and you make a sweet and spicy barbecue hummus, and you dip cucumbers in it. That was my jam all summer long last year. I bought so many cucumbers, okay, that the store ran out of them, literally. Because Publix, when they had to buy one, get one, girl, I'd be taking them. And then I'd go back a couple days later and they didn't have any. And then by the, couple months in, they would have buy one, get one on cucumbers a lot last summer. So I don't know if it was always there or I just noticed, but on the sign in little teeny tiny print, it says buy one, get one or whatever, teeny tiny print, it's like 3 or like however per family. I never noticed it before that, but then I noticed it and I'm like, whoopsies. So then I respected the sign. But I just go to different Publix. It's like it doesn't say for all Publix, it's just for that Publix. So I'd go on a little adventure around the Publix neighborhood. Okay, so what I'm going to put in here, I've been wanting to try this. Honey garlic sweet barbecue rub. Oh, hold on, let me show you what I got so I can see better. Because the words are so small. Look how pretty. It's a magnifying glass for you youngins out there. Okay. Oh, look how great that is. I had LASIK eye surgery in 2015. And I still have 20/20 vision when I go and read the letters and stuff on the board. It's just these are so small. And then sometimes they put these colors on colors that shouldn't even be. Like, don't have a white background, then print white. Like, see, I wouldn't need a magnifying glass for that. That's normal. And I can even read those ingredients. So I made my life easier and got a magnifying glass. Okay, so back to ingredients. You got salt, sugar, and honey. I shouldn't be having sugar, but I am tonight. Blend powder, cane sugar, and honey. Okay, so they blended that together. Brown sugar, shouldn't be having that either. Garlic, hickory smoked, sea salt, paprika, spices including black pepper and thyme, and not more than 2% of tricalcium phosphate added to prevent caking. Well, that didn't work because look at here. Look at it's caked. All right, so I'm going to add about, and I'm not going to add any extra salt to this either. I would say that's about 2 tablespoons. Oh, wait, and we have to get our water boiling. Okay, get the water on the stove, but let's get it boiling. I'm going to add a little bit of my Tuscan herb olive oil to it. I'm not going to add any salt to it. Let's put the lid on. Look, I'm using my lid holder thing. Alrighty. Get in there, sweet paprika. One day this week, I'm going to do that seasoning. God, I can't think of my words tonight. For all my seasonings, put them in alphabetical order. Oh, I think I need more of that. Hold on. Wait, let me take this off so it's not hitting the mic in case it is. Because that would be annoying. Just some more. Okay, so there's probably like 3 tablespoons in here. Okay. And then I'm going to add some garlic. Because no recipe is complete without a little garlic. Yes, there's dried garlic in that, but I don't care. I want more. More, I say. And for me, I added probably like a cup of whatever kind of breadcrumb you want, because I'm going to add probably like a tablespoon of this in there. And this is going to cause juiciness. And then the chicken is also going to be a little juicy. So you don't want your meatballs to be like watery, you know. Yeah, like a tablespoon. That's good. And then I'm just going to mix all this up before I put the meat in. Ooh, we should put some sweet paprika in here too. Why not? Oh, that smells lovely. Let's open her up. This I had to order on Amazon. If you haven't seen the what did I buy, I'll link the video around here. I'm at the end here. I'll put the little tabbies. How to buy this on Amazon? Oh, that smells really nice. I know I should be getting my measuring, but I would say it's a teaspoon. This smell brings me back to when my sister and I would play out in the garage. We were little. Like I might have been 5 or 6, and we would do this for hours on end. There'd be an actual desk out there, you know, like back in the day, how the desk and the chair are together. There'd be a desk out there, a chalkboard. She was always the teacher on this, and I was always the student. And for a career now, she's a teacher, and she just made 10-year, and she gets to go to her 10-year dinner tomorrow night. We're all so excited for her. So, so she was always the teacher, even when we were little. And I don't know, it must have been Old Spices. They were glass jars from probably my Nana and my mother, and we'd have a whole spice rack out there, and it would be like a lesson, and we'd have the seasonings, and I just remember mixing the seasonings together and the overpowering smell of them all, and that paprika, that brought me back to that memory. That was so much fun. Yep. My grandmother, when we go to her house, okay, I'm going to spray this with a little extra virgin olive oil. When we'd go to Nana's house, she would keep all her not old checkbooks, but like, you know how back in the day, maybe even now, people don't write checks that much, but you'd have the logbook. Well, she would keep that for us. And all of her junk mail, I don't even know if some of it was junk mail. Some of it was like bills, because back then, you didn't really get a whole bunch of junk mail, you know? So she would keep all that for us. We would lay it all out on her big dining room table, which seemed to me when I was a little kid huge. It sits 6 people, or it could sit 8, I think. But it was just like so big in my mind, sitting there being little. And me and my sister would play. We would call it Our Importance. And we would be, you know, one of us would have to be a bank teller, and we'd have to go and bring our bills and our check, you know, our payment to the bank, because, you know, in those times, that's what you did. If you had to pay your electric bill, I mean, you could still do it now, I think, too. You know, you can go to the bank and you pay it. I mean, Nana would write a check or whatever, but I just remember, you know, we would just reenact what we remember seeing our adults around us do, you know. So, oh, yeah, we would call it Our Importance. We would play that for hours and hours and hours. Ground chicken. Ooh, she'd be dripping. Okay. So back to the barbecue meatballs. I just saw some kids a little while ago. I don't know how old they were. 2 little boys, so cute, riding their little bicycles or tricycles, or mother's right there with them playing. It's so nice. It's nice that some families, you know, still do that and not just have screen time. Okay, now we're going to mix this all up. Of course, you know, I put my gloves on. Oh. Mix it all in there real nice. Oh, I think these are going to be delicious. I mean, I don't know how much sugar is in that whole entire container, so of seasoning, the barbecue dry rub, but it's probably not going to be, you know, a whole bunch. And I'm just going to take one little bite of the macaroni and cheese, but mostly I'm just going to have some meatballs. All right, now we're just going to roll it up. Ooh, it's a little sticky. I'm going to make them a little bit bigger than last time. No, yeah, because the pan's smaller, so I have to make them a little bit bigger. What recipes are you all cooking out there this week? You know, I so much respect the people that are like, okay, on Sunday I'm going to cook for the whole week and this is what we're going to have. I can't do that, because what if I get to Wednesday and I don't want what Wednesday is that I cooked or something? You know, I gotta what I do is I cook enough for me and my husband to have it for 2 nights, sometimes 3 nights, or, you know, 2 nights, and he can bring the leftovers to work for lunch. And then I just defrost something. I might look, you know, thumb through my recipe books that I showed you, the anti-inflammatory one and the other Mediterranean cookbook, and get some inspiration from there, maybe pick a recipe from there, and then see what ingredients I have. But yeah, and I'll always ask my husband, is there anything that you're craving this week, anything that you'd like to have? And once in a while, in a blue moon, he'll be like, oh, this, that, or the other, you know. But usually he's like, no, whatever. So that's nice. I get a lot of freedom with cooking. He doesn't have any restrictions on what to make. He's not picky. And it's nice not to have a picky eater. On the other hand, you want to talk about picky eaters. I'm a picky eater. Yep, sure am. But that's okay. I don't feel like picky eaters are picky eaters. They just know what they like and they know what they don't like. However, a picky eater might limit themselves to not going outside the box and trying something new, and they could really like it. I'm not one of those picky eaters. I will try something, once because I might really like it. But if I don't like it, you could always spit it out in a napkin. It's not like you have to swallow it. Oh, let's see. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. I got 11 meatballs out of a pound of chicken. Now you can use, hamburger meat. Oh my gosh. So when I was a kid, my mother and father and stuff and my grandmother grew up, my grandmother grew up in New York City, I think, but in Jamaica, Queens. So down there on the island, they would call it in Long Island in New York City, ground beef was called chopped meat. So that's all I knew was chopped meat. And so when I met my husband, he thought I was referring to the cubed meat, that you would use for stew. He's never heard of chopped meat, and he was raised in Maine, but his mother was raised in Rochester, and his father was raised in Maine, but his mother was raised in Rochester, and I have never asked her if she referred to ground meat as chopped meat. I have to ask her when I see her next, but he's like, what is chopped meat? I'm like, chopped meat, chopped meat. He never heard of it before, but here are the meatballs. Yummy. All right, now I'm just going to cook them for however long they take. My oven's preheated to 350. I'm going to do about 35-40 minutes because I want to make sure they're done. I don't want to cut into them in the middle while you're eating and have them be raw. Okay. We're going to do 35 minutes to start on 350. Our water's boiling. Sorry about the fan. Okay, we all know how to make macaroni and cheese, I'm sure. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff. There's not too many bad things in here. This is why I like BetterGoods products. Oh, by the way, I haven't made those peanut butter and jelly cookies yet. Okay. In here we have enriched macaroni products. Oh, the durum wheat. Okay, semolina. Iron, folic acid, cheese sauce is made of skim milk, palm oil, non-fat dry milk, cheese blend, Parmesan cheese, pasteurized milk, cheese culture, salts, enzymes, Romano cheese, mozzarella, Asiago, Gouda, butter, natural flavor. So who knows what a natural flavor is, because they can stick anything under a natural flavor. And then you got your molasses, sugar, brown sugar, citric acid, dextrose, tomato, sunflower oil, salt, cornstarch. It's not the most healthiest thing for you. 8 grams of protein. You can have 3 ounces. It has 4 servings in this box. This box is 12 ounces. 250 calories, 8 grams of fat, 36 total carbohydrates, and oh, excuse me. We'll get more than 4 servings out of this. We'll probably get like 6. Because like I say, I'm going to taste it. And I'm going to taste it here on the camera once it's done and let you know how it is. But I'm not going to eat like a whole serving of it or anything. This is the powdered cheese. Oh! They give you powdered cheese and the squishy cheese. Oh, I wonder if those are the bacon bits. Okay. Put them in there. Bring 8 cups of water to a boil. Stir in pasta and cook for 11 to 12 minutes or until pasta is tender. Do not overcook pasta. Drain and rinse and return to saucepan. Add cheese sauce and topper and mix well. Oh, for extra protein and flavor, try adding 1 pound of fully cooked sliced or diced beef to finish macaroni and cheese dish. Well, we're adding chicken. Or you might be adding beef. Now you might be thinking, barbecue chicken meatballs and barbecue chicken macaroni, isn't it an overkill of barbecue? No, it's not. All right, well, I'm gonna, do my macaroni and cheese. You know how that's done. I don't need to show you that. I'm gonna have the meatballs be cooking, and then when it's ready to eat, I'm gonna try it out and let you know how it is. That was such a quick and easy dinner. 35 minutes was perfect for the chicken meatballs. 11 minutes remaining. I put the glass lid back on. So if you are using chicken, I would cover it about halfway through. Let's taste it. Okay, I haven't opened up this little packet yet, but the macaroni and cheese is done. See that? Just like looks like regular mac and cheese, right? There's a smell to it that I don't like. It reminds me of stinky feet, which cheese kind of is stinky feet, right? And that, here are the meatballs. Let me get a little pot holder. Look at these. Don't these look good? Okay. Those are what I'm most excited to try. I want to try those first. Just take a little bite. I'm going to wait to eat dinner with my husband when he gets home. Bite for you. Bite for me. Oliver wants a bite. You know what I'm going to do? That barbecue rub, this is what I was concerned of. Barbecue rub, I find, like even last summer when I was making my barbecue chickpea hummus, I would find when I would use the barbecue rub, it wouldn't taste good. Like, it's interesting how rub, to me, doesn't taste good in recipes really. And to me, it's salty. Now, maybe I used a little bit too much of it. Got a little excited. But I think I would just use barbecue sauce. But what I am going to do is when I plate it, I'm going to drizzle barbecue sauce over it, make it look pretty. Now this. Bite for you. If you're going to eat with your eyes first, it looks nice, but the smell of it. It must be one of the cheeses in there. But I feel like you could just make barbecue macaroni and cheese at home yourself. I just add barbecue sauce into your cheese. Let's see what the mix is. I didn't put the mix in because, first of all, I didn't know what it was in there. Oh. Okay, this is more barbecue. Should I do it? Oh, so that's the 5 cheeses, and then this you got to put the barbecue in. Okay, I'm not gonna. This is why. If this is as salty as the barbecue rub, that means that if you take, it's gonna be oh so salty. So let's just try a little piece of the chicken with a bite of the macaroni. And sometimes if one thing is a little bit salty, but the other thing isn't salty, it'll kind of balance each other out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I should have added some cheese to this. Well, you didn't need any more cheese. Okay. And a bite of macaroni. Bite for you. I mean, it's okay. Oliver would eat it. Look at him. Say hi, bud. Say hi. Look how cute your face is. Oh, you're such a handsome boy. Yeah, are you handsome? Are you flirting with the camera? Oh, oh, so sweet, huh? Yeah, you're so sweet. I love you. I love you, baby boy. Oh, isn't he so adorable? He's 10. English Springer Spaniel. That's the one that we don't know if he has cancer or not. I'm bringing him back into the vet this Friday, the 12th, to meet with the specialist. So I'll keep you posted on that. I'll let you know if Justin liked it or not. I didn't like either one. But that doesn't mean you won't. And that doesn't mean he won't like it, because there are things, lots of things that I think are salty that he doesn't think are salty. I've noticed ever since COVID, and I know we blame lots of stuff on COVID, but this is just my opinion. I had COVID like 3 or 4 times, twice really, really bad. Oh no, I think maybe I only had 2. Anyways, it doesn't matter how many times I had it. One of the times I lost my sense of taste and smell for like a year and a half. And ever since then, things don't taste the same to me. Anyway, let me know if you try this recipe. Maybe it'll be better in beef. And just using your favorite barbecue sauce. We're not going to give up on this recipe. We may try her again in a different way. But you know what I say? You don't know until you try. Well, have a great night. Enjoy your dinner. Relax. Put your feet up. You worked hard today. Bye.